The Vocal Studio.
So, back to the song that we want to showcase you
Okay.
is actually the song called Ghazal Untuk Rabiah. Shall I go first?
Yes,
or
go
you
for
want-
it.
Okay. He's one of my favorite singers.
Okay.
He's called Jamal Abdillah.
Wow.
Kilauan bintang berkelip-kelip di langit tinggi dan cahaya menari-nari di langit biru tidaklah dapat menenangkan
Is that the guitar?
perasaanku yang
That is the, I think, sitar or gambus.
Okay.
Right.
No, probably not the sitar. Sitar is like
Sitar, pew, right? That is
it's more plucky.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's more plucky.
It's more strummy. Nice.
Okay, that's it.
All
Yeah, so
right.
that is Ghazal.
Okay. Wow,
in
it's
the
very
Malay
different from what
music.
I.
Yeah,
actually,
exactly,
it
it's
sounds
very
very Arabic.
Yes, yeah,
The-
exactly right.
Maybe it's just this song's progression or something, but it sounds very.
It's the modern version of Ghazal. More
Okay.
relatable to the masses.
I see.
Yeah, and I believe that this kind of Ghazal way of singing is much simple than the one that you're going to showcase. What is it about?
No, actually, the one that ghazals in still in even in the past and even the commercial ghazals, they are really really slow.
Okay.
They are very slow. Unless they're put into films, then they might be jazzed up a little bit,
I see.
like this, a little
Okay.
bit. But still, it will not be so happening. So there would be no. The dance will not be so fast.
Okay.
You know, because the beat for this was quite peppy, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna play. This one is called Mujh Pehli si Muhabbat, Mere Mehboob na Mang. So it can sound like the guy is saying, don't ask. Basically, it would directly translate to, don't ask me to love you the way I used to love you, as if you're my first love.
Okay.
Yeah. So don't Mujhse Pehli si Muhabbat.
Wow, it's
Don't expect me to love you as if this is my first love.
okay.
Because I've loved before, that kind of thing. Like, I can't love the way I used to love before. I'm a changed person, so to say.
Yeah.
So you would think that he's singing to a lover, a new lover, or maybe an old lover, but he changed, you know. But actually, he's actually singing for his love for his country, his motherland. Because he saw war, he saw a lot of bloodshed, and so he changed as a person.
Wow.
So he's traumatized, basically. So he can't go on loving the way he used to love. Okay, so let's listen. So it's double meaning. At first glance, you might think, don't ask me to love you the way I used to love you. So it's like, romantic. But actually, it's for the motherland.
I see.
So it's a modern rendition.
Maybe I can try to sing this song too.
It's very beautiful.
मुझसे पहली सी मोहब्बत मेरे महबूब नामा मुझसे पहली सी मोहब्बत मेरे महबूब नामा मुझसे पहली सी मोहब्बत मेरे महबूब नामा मुझसे पहली सी मोहब्बत मेरे महबूब नामा
And this is a modern interlude in the middle. So the poetry is most important, the messages.
मैंने समझा था कि तू है
pretty much that's the idea. There's
So this is the modern
this is
interpretation
kind
of
of
Ghazal.
it's a modern
Ghazal
interpretation,
song.
but the pace, the tempo is usually this way. Yeah, of
okay.
course there won't be a drum kit.
I see.
There will be tabla,
Yeah.
or there would just be harmonium, and they won't even have such a long interlude. It will just be like they will play a few notes and then they'll go into the next verse already.
I have a question. Is there gambus there? Because Ghazal is related to Arabic, right? Is there gambus?
Gambus is what?
Gambus.
actually?
Okay,
It's
let's listen to the sound of gambus.
okay.
It sounds like this. Zapin peluk belanga. Okay. This is gambus. Very Arabic sound.
Yeah, I think in the past there definitely was. When I watch Bollywood movies that depict the older times, they definitely play this, and their songs in the films music score, they definitely have this instrument there.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it was there in the Indo-Muslim cultures, definitely. Yeah,
Okay.
and I feel like I think I did hear that in there.
Yeah.
You're
is it
right.
there?
Yeah.
I think it's somewhere at the back.
Yeah,
right?
and you know why? Because this is actually this ghazal has been recreated in Pakistan.
I see.
Because I believe when India and Pakistan, the partition happened, right? South Asia was broken up into three different countries now. So I think the writer of this ghazal was actually from Pakistan, or he was left in Pakistan.
Okay.
So basically the area was cut off, right? So he was there. So that's why this they have kind of stuck more to the Muslim influences in the music. So they will include it. But in the India, they would actually kind of sort of say they don't use it all the time unless they are trying to depict Muslim influence or culture, then they will use it. Which is why when the Hindi movies, when they try to show Islamic cultures within South Asia in the past, they always use it.
I see.
Because they're trying to show the Indo-Muslim instrument.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting how like religion and culture is so closely tied to the instruments of where the instruments was from, and even us, our association is so strong. When I immediately heard your ghazal, I immediately say it sounds so Arabic, Yeah.
I think it depends on what message we want to portray or convey, and that is when we select the musical instruments, because different styles have different way of presentation and different masses that are listening to the type of music. So the choice is really different. That in that manner, but the way they sing, what I hear is there's somehow an approach note to their singing.
Yeah.
Should we demonstrate that with another song that we're gonna
we
move on to?
Yeah. Yes, you have a song for us.
Yeah, let's start with my song first.
Okay.
Okay, this one is called Gurindam Jiwa.
Okay.
And the reason why we chose this song is because not just because of its instrumentation, but also the way we sing it. It's not too intricate, but it's somehow incorporated the asli, or rather the origins of Malay melismatic singing.
Can I just ask, is the melismatic singing in Malay, is it a result of a classical tradition, or is it a result of folk tradition, or is it just a combination influence from film music?
It's not film music, definitely, but this is more of the oldies type of singing.
Okay.
It was born in the 15th century when we started to sing the Dondang Sayang, or the Song of Love.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So from there, okay, Dondang Sayang is just like blues.
Okay.
When you sing Dondang Sayang, it's just like blues, but then the way they sing Dondang Sayang, because of that melodious and intricacy in the voice, they develop asli. And asli is the jazz.
Okay.
You can sing anyhow you want, any way, by there's this technique called hammering of your vocal cords or your diaphragm.
So it's not vibrato.
It's not
different.
vibrato. It's different.
Because vibrato is, so I will also come to that, drawing the relationship, right? In Indian classical music, they say that there is no vibrato because they actually used to identify all the microtones. So now we have, of course, 12 notes in one octave, right? They used to break it down to 64 microtones.
Okay.
And there were people and teachers who could identify these microtones.
Wow, interesting.
But with time and the loss of our ability to identify, loss of patience, people are not learning anymore, they have lost the ability. Now, recently, just last week, I found out on Instagram that there's one teacher, and in the whole world, he's the only guy left who can actually identify 49 microtones.
How does that work? How does the identifying of microtones work?
I'm guessing they're gliding between the semitones, and then they know, you know. So probably he's very learned, right? He has actually has been passed down the knowledge, and his ears are able to distinguish 49 different tones.
So he can tell the numbers?
He can probably tell the numbers,
Probably.
yeah.
Okay.
And most of it, it's all oral tradition. So they don't do the thing whereby they document. I don't think they document and then they record. Of course, now we have modern technology, so they should be doing that, right? For our purpose of our future and the generations to come, and for history archives. But I'm not sure if they're doing it because I don't know. This is the first time I heard of that teacher.
Wow.
He's in Pakistan presently.
I want to hear how it sounds like.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's no video of him identifying it separately. Maybe there is. We have to check out the internet. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, 49 microtones. So I think, which is why they don't do vibrato, because vibrato is more of just vibrating on the same note, but like touching a semitone, a microtone here and there.
It's vibrato is staying in one note and then you vibrate
One
up and
note,
down, just
up
that.
and down, right? But within the note. It's within the note. So for Hindustani classical, they actually wanted to be very deliberate with the notes they're singing, which is why they don't do vibrato. In fact, vibrato is like bend in the very traditional sense. It's bend.
How can you bend vibrato?
Indian classical music, the proper teachers in India, they will whack you if you do falsetto or if you do vibrato.
Ooh, okay.
It's not allowed. It's considered
unnatural,
uncultured. Like it's not considered proper singing. You know, it's like you're. Of course, it's a modern thing, and there are teachers who are modern now, but it's considered not proper for Hindustani classical. You must be deliberate with the note you're trying to sing. And that's why when you see a lot of Indian classical trained singers, they are very, this note, okay, this note, okay, they will just jump the note and they will not be very fluid with it. So classical music, and then there's semi-classical, which is where ghazals and film music come in. And then of course there's film music also, which does not have these elements. But film music, sometimes for different reasons, they might have these too. So you can say that it's a classical music and folk culture together became the watering down semi-classical music, ghazal music. Ghazal music was also high culture, but that was super, very, how would I say?
High culture meaning only...
High culture as in, yes, only the rich people, the sultanates, the rulers, right? And the rich people and their guests. So it's like high culture, you can say. And then, so basically, Indian classical music has been watered down, and what we hear now is very easy to listen for us.
And easy to sing too, right? Now,
yes.
Much simpler, is it?
Simpler, it's way simpler. Yeah, okay, let's do it.
Okay, speaking of singing very, very easily or not, whether we can teach, can we teach melismatic singing? Like right now, even if, you want to try Malay songs and I'll try Hindustan song.
Sure, yes. Hindi film.
I'm sure you can. I'm sure you can, and I've never
too, because we've grown up listening to these, so I'm sure we can. Maybe not like 10 notes in one run. Maybe that will take some more time, but simpler ones we can pick up now. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Okay, so this song is called Gurindam Jiwa by Rabiah and R. Ismail.
Okay.
Two respected local singers.
Okay.
Composed by Hamza Hussein. I should give the credits to them for the video and podcast. So the first line goes like this. Should we try with the backing track or not?
I think you just show me first.
Yeah, show first. Okay. It's a female voice, so I'll just sing in falsetto.
Okay.
For your reference.
Okay.
Tuai padi antara masa.
Okay.
Esok jangan layu-layuan.
Wow.
Layu.
Okay, nice. All right, can I have the first line again? You want me to copy now?
Yeah, sure.
Try it? Okay, can I have the first line again?
Okay.
Break it down.
Tuai padi antara masa.
Okay.
That's all. You sing one octave higher, okay?
Yeah.
Tuai padi antara masa.
Tuai padi antara masa.
Okay.
It's a bit different, right?
Yes, it
'Cause
is different.
I'm
I
doing a
realized
bit
something.
I'm doing a bit more Indian classical
Yeah,
style.
I can feel that.
Yeah.
I can feel that. I can feel the touch of Indian classical.
Yeah.
How did you do it? Tuai padi antara mas.
Antara masa masa. I changed it a little bit again.
Okay. The next line.
Okay.
Esok jangan layu-layuan.
Esok jangan layu-layuan.
Okay, the layu is a bit different.
Yeah.
It's layu. There's hammer of the
Okay.
throat and also the breath, which is
Okay.
intonate downwards.
Layu.
Yeah, layu.
Layu.
Yeah, very nice. That's it. Layu, layuan.
Layuan.
Alright, yours is quick.
Oh yes, because of the Indian music. It's like a murki. This is like a murki. It's very fast.
Layu. We have just a bit only.
Okay.
Layu, layuan. Because we focus more on alunan. Alunan
Okay.
is
Like a glide,
glide,
a small
very
oscillation.
gracefully.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this would translate to Indian classical gaiki, ghazals, which actually I am still learning.
Gaiki.
So, yeah. So I like to just run through it.
Okay.
And my teacher's always telling me that no, this part you've got to go slowly
So
with
it's
the
a habit.
emotion. It's kind of said to like a habit. It's
I
like
see.
something that is settled in because I've done it for so long, the faster ones. So now to do it slower, it takes a bit of mental effort. So can you show me layan, yuan, what?
Esok jangan layu-layuan.
Layuan.
Wan.
Wan.
An.
An.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that.
An.
Yeah, but one thing I realized about the difference in
Yeah.
your singing and also the Malay traditional singing is, I think the Malay traditional singing is much more simple and straightforward, and has the influences of
Yeah.
melismatic
Definitely.
singing in
Yeah.
Hindu.
Yeah. So it's simpler, it's slower. I think because when I grew up listening to it, I just picked up these things without actually learning it slowly first, which is why it comes easily fast. Because I've just done it fast, like, oh, I can do it, it's fun, it's easy. But then, so I have to do a little bit of backtracking and to practice it slowly so that I can do it slowly also. Which is why when we ask the question of can it be taught, it can definitely be taught. Of course, first is breath work. Because if we're controlling so much the notes slowly and consciously, we have to be in control of breath. How they say that vibrato is a matter of time. Right.
Yeah.
Similarly, but melismatic singing, you can practice it because you have the notes on the keyboard, right? At least the 12 notes you have, you can practice. So the way to do it is what I would say is to do it slowly first. Also note to myself, slowly first, and then fast. And then you do the
Yeah.
different intervals slowly and fast. And then you can do it in A, O, E, U. And also in Indian classical, they also do it on N, yeah, and on M.
Can you hear that? I tend to go to the Arabic scale.
Yeah.
Because I think that's the culture.
That's
That's
what
just
you
built
are.
in
That's
my
what's
head.
inside you.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So everyone has their own song inside, right? We all have our own influences, and also so M and N.
Hum.
Yeah.
And,
So it's like a M, but we
okay.
cannot close this, right? So it's like, for example, if I'm doing for example,
Okay.
so it's like there's a I have to be able to sing with the M and an N, and also transitioning. So sometimes when I sing A in Indian classical, it's called akar.
Akar.
Singing in A. Of course, I did this very straight, but if I do it Indian way, we usually do like a glide-ish kind of way. This way.
Oh, interesting.
And so there's akar, but when I sing my alaps, which is like these runs, which are an R shape, my teacher tells me you don't want it to be so pure or like so because it doesn't sound nice. The emotion is not there.
Yeah.
So sometimes you have to do
Is that vibrato at the beginning?
No, it's like a murky. So it's actually it's like an
Okay.
oscillation.
Okay.
So it's like the breath is treating it like a new note.
Right. Interesting.
So it is actually note by note, note, touching the different note, right? But it's not considered vibrato, whereby it's you're keeping the stream straight. You're just shaking the stream a bit. No,
Okay.
it is actually changing the note.
Murki, akar, and what's the other
So
one?
akar is singing in akar, in a. Okay.
Okay.
Then we have murki is like actually, you know what? I should just share all of them, and then we will sing the song that I
Yeah.
have for you, which is called Jaa Gale.
Yeah, and I will try to apply that tag.
Yes,
that tag with
exactly.
Murki and everything.
So these are like melismatic singing when we talk about it. In Indian classical, the equivalent, right? We can break it down to these are vocal movements. Harkate, they call them. Harkate
Harkate.
means
Harkate.
yeah, you're really quick with this.
Harkate.
Good. Yeah, so these are called movements.
Harkate.
We have kanswar,
Right.
which are basically notes that are touched lightly before actually singing the main note. So, for example, if I want to go to, if I want to do like a do re in Hindi, right? So, sa re, this is simple, but sa re. So I've
okay.
already touched the re.
Like that. Okay. Like you're bouncing on the
yeah,
note,
you're
right?
kind of
Okay.
you're like gliding up, and then you say the word of the bowl of the swar.
Okay.
So that's kanswar, whereby you're hitting the note already, and then you're saying that that syllable or the
So,
that's
so,
one.
so let me try.
Okay, sure.
So do re am I right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but then you just stay at the re. Yeah. Okay, that's kanswar. And then
One
we have I think we will put it down for everyone to I'll share the website
Yeah,
that
sure.
there's a website that has summarized this very well for all of us.
okay.
Then we have a mead, which is like a glide. Mead.
Mid.
Yeah,
Mead.
mead. Okay.
Mead.
So it's like a glide. So it's like
Okay,
so we
okay.
won't go like it has to glide. Right.
Glissando in
Like
classical.
yeah, exactly. So that's pretty normal, right? And then we have a gamak. Gamak is what just now when I was trying to do the different notes, but it was forceful. So it was like so it has a percussive feel to it.
right.
It's
Okay.
like da 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 da. So it's like it doubles up as a percussive kind of a break or like a hit.
In one note.
Yeah. It can be doesn't have to be one note. It can be the note next to it, 2-3 notes around
That's
it,
like
neighboring notes.
Like vibrato.
But it cannot say that
But it's more than vibrato.
because we're not vibrating it. We are actually
Expressing it.
hitting it.
okay,
Yeah.
hitting
So we are
it, yes.
throwing the note out. Okay. It's with force. Vibrato has to be gentle. Remember. So
Yeah.
this is with force. We are actually. It's a bit guttural also, right?
Okay.
And then there's andolan. I think we'll write it all down, right? It's too many words.
Yeah.
That's like a slow oscillation. So I heard a lot of andolan in the song that you just played for us, actually.
Andolan.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's very like you are just like circling the same. You're just establishing the same note,
Okay.
for a bit, and it's very slow.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we have murki, which is 2 neighboring notes in succession. So like just now I was doing, it's similar to what I was doing just now, but if let's say it didn't have the hits.
The hits.
If it didn't have the hits, it's just
Right.
just like a fluttering 2-3 notes side by side, just fluttering, touch, go, come back, go again. It's just like a you are singing, you loop it, and then you sing again. Okay, so let's play this song. This song is
Okay.
called Jaa Gale.
Jaa Gale.
I'm gonna play it for you first, and so let's listen out for all the different things we spoke about just now, the harkati, the movements. Ooh, okay. Okay, now I just want to say before we go on. The first time she did the Jaa Gale, there was definitely vibrato there. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Definitely vibrato there. But then later on, she does a normal harakati. And that's what I mean by film music not being pure. Alright, okay, I'm going to just play it one more time for us to notice. Vibrato, yeah. This is the M singing, humming. This was just movements, melisma. Yeah. Vibrato at the end.
Is oldies or folk?
Oldies. There was a glide. And there was a percussive, percussive kind of a hit there, right? So the glide. Da-da-da-da. So it's supposed to copy like a percussive hit.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. So break it down, yeah?
So sorry, is it intentionally doing it or without intentionally doing it? What I meant was, whether when you're singing it or when they are singing it during that time, is it intentional that they know, or this is going to be like this, or is it after that then they break it down into some?
Oh no. I think the people who composed it, they probably did it intentionally.
Intentionally.
Maybe there was some vibrato that was unintentional.
Okay.
Right? It was more natural to the singer to do it. Maybe she improvised. But from what I know, the singer was also trained classically.
Okay.
So definitely it is intentional that, okay, the first two lines, they don't want to make it the same every time. So now let's add that percussive hit because it's going to go into some music after that.
Okay.
So I'm sure it was intentional. Yeah. This was not like the setting stone for the theory. The Indian classical music had already existed for very long. Of course, I don't know their exact process, but I'm pretty sure they had some intention in actually varying the lines lah. So having the variations, which is why they did it differently. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's try. So very simple.
I want to try. Okay. Just the verse, right?
So just the first introduction. If I just do it. I'm gonna do it way lower.
This is
I'm
fine.
gonna do it for you in
This
F.
is fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Lage Jaa Gale. Am I right?
Yeah.
How do you sing the next line?
Ke phir.
So the R is not R, right?
Yeah, it's not the R.
Lage Jaa Gale. Vibrato. Ke phir.
So yeah, the phir is what we spoke about just now. It's the like a kanswar.
kanswar.
You're touching that note and going back to the note. Ke phir. It's ye.
Ke phir.
Just two times. Ke phir.
Ke phir.
Hasi. Raat. So again that's
Raat
Hona. So na ho. So it's just right? So it's just a bit more slower. But see, when we're learning it for the first time, we will definitely rush a little bit. I think it's just normal. And but you got it. I think you got the idea of the emotion, right? The notes, of course. Yeah. When you're familiarized with the song, it'll be different. So we can try.
But I had to put some Malay into it.
Yeah, because our influence will come in definitely because you're trying to relate to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, your muscle memory is trying to relate to it. So that was very good.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think there are a lot of similarities, right?
Yes, there are so many similarities in the way you sing melismatic singing. Doesn't matter what language it is, whether it's Hindustan, Malay, Or maybe if you want to sing it in English, then maybe you can change the
Oh, no.
the way of English songs. too.
I think it makes a big difference when we change it to English songs.
Really? Okay.
Because of the syllables. I don't know about Malay, but for Hindi, when in one word, there's usually only one major vowel
For English.
for Hindi.
Hindi. Okay.
Yeah.
Ah, right.
I mean, there, it could be R, it could be O, but usually one word like lag, ja, ga, li. It's very broken down, very straightforwardly. There's no like I.
There's no OA or
Yeah,
that kind.
yeah.
Okay.
So it's pretty much one vowel. It's quite different when we
standard vowels.
That's why it's so different. The melisma that is in Western songs is so different from the melisma in our Malay music and Hindi music, I
Yes, I wonder
believe.
if it is applicable in Western
You,
style.
you want to try a song?
Actually, we are out of time.
Okay, next time. So that's a
Maybe
topic
next
for next time.
Maybe next time we
That'd be
can
great.
touch on melismatic singing in pop songs.
Yes, and then we can draw the parallels later
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
Okay, that's it. I hope you guys have had lots of information from this podcast and learned something from the two of us from Bollywood music and also Malay songs.
Yes.
So do you have anything to say for our listeners?
I just want to say that if you have any questions or comments to engage with us, please do comment
Yeah,
on the video and on the
exactly,
podcast
that's
and
a
let
must.
us know. Yeah, because I would really love to engage more about this.
Yeah, I think we have to communicate more with our listeners, right?
Yeah.
You guys can comment on YouTube and also tag us on our Instagram, thevocalstudio.sg,
.sg.
if you have any questions or any knowledge you want to share with us about music.
And after this, I'm going to ask Heidi to teach me the full Malay song because I really loved whatever I did. The little bit it was very exciting for me.
I want to sing this song too.
Great.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Have a good weekend, everyone, and thank you so much for listening to our podcast. And see you next time.